Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. This is the player card. Here you can see your player's strengths and weaknesses. This player's development trait is hidden. Put this player in your Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. easily see. Here are some recommendations to get you started. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Your season goal. Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also higher. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
One time for the old times in the East Bay. It's the coach. This is our night. Coming up, the Oakland Raiders, playing in likely their final home opener in the 5-1-0 as they host their division rivals, the Denver Broncos. I'll be back to make sense of this opening weekend at halftime, but first, we're out to the Bay Area. Standing by, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, the new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now for their opening. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center more about him and what the relationship is, and that was a pretty
relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care, and when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
15 line.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Now we'll run. This is Bilal Powell. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
He's checking.
Get it.
On the counter, here's Good. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Four down. Check.
From midfield, here's Locke. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying for his running back, Bilal Powell. 3rd down here.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following into a tick.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Lindsay, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here 18 times, the most of any two teams. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Locke able to get this to Gordon. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of... And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 13 yards out, and the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. So here are the Raiders under head coach John Gruden in his second go-round. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
Yeah, they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you got a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, now zapped right back in the other direction. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All day, baby. All
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
Ready?
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't begin to get it.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Hit it.
Throwing his car on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the second down throw on target. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
Ready. Hey, solid.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
Go.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Well, week 1 finally wrapping up here tonight, but more football coming your way Thursday night. It'll be the Buccaneers and Panthers in an early season NFC South battle in Charlotte. Clock now on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On second down now, it's Gordon. Powerful running. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Check 55. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Throwing his lock on third down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! Big hit all day. Sack City.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Let's go.
25 yards that time.
Ready. Booty base.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very efficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Ready.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL.
Let's make these babies crawl the way back.
Hey, Foxtrot. Off the go.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try to get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Palau, 6 have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A pass there over the middle to start things out. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Go. Snap.
The final shot here before half for Carr. It's Williams on the catch. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a play fake. Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Dodges him at the 50. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Let's go.
Lock now on first down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 soft.
Block working out of the gun. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Ready to break.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Bilal Powell, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by the touchdown run coming from Bilal Powell. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
70, Indy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
It was Devontae Harris who got him down. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again for the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Carr, his throw incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
To throw, it's Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Carr. He's got it to Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and that's enough for an Oakland first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. From left side, it's complete. 23 yards, the final tally. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6 as his guys are back within a single score. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Blue draw Corker.
Watch twins.
5.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Here we go.
Bilal Powell and his offensive mates retaking the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Taking the sideline grin as well. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. This is Gordon as they go to him again. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. 3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Locke going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 10 yards out, and the Broncos push further out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. They run the counter. Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
15 line.
I'm going to run you over.
2nd and 5 down. Locke sets up the screen to Gordon. Fighting ahead at the 15. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit down.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Good job.
Bilal Powell with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Go!
Check my 5.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
That's it,
The end result, 21 yards. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Haywood! Be grip!
To throw again. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Give me that ball.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. At this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Hey, watch the leg.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos push further out in front. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And he'll make it across the 20 as those guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 35.
Well, this defensive pressure's been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the Of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
Hey, 45. 5.
Carr now on 1st down. This is caught by Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive backer to the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready?
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Come. 5.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he is is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So on 3rd and goal, Gordon, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown.
Because the old school about this score this late. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by the touchdown run coming from Bilal Powell. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And what would you say? Is it the offensive line that has caused a lot of this pressure to get back there?
That's always the first place that you have to look to see what's going on. But part of it is so difficult to simulate this type of pass rush in practice because the speed, the ferocity, the quickness, some of the change-ups and how they get at the quarterback that you may not have seen on film. All that is different. You can practice it as much as you...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown.
I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Point after, right down. Leads down to 24. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always each week. The practicing of the kneel, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and now
and run the cable all the way up to the pole behind my house.
So things are lighting fast.
Well, yeah, there's definitely an improvement. Definitely. The idea is that now that it's fiber, if they offer something faster than 1 gig, then they can upgrade that easily.
Yeah,
it's preseason.
the home
This is
internet
week
actually is
one.
quite
you're trying to
expensive
say
these
real
days. I
football,
pay like
real
a
football.
not
80,
preseason football,
Yeah.
where we
close to
shake down the
$90 per
rosters and
month.
figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters
Wow,
don't
what do you
play
have?
as much. Now it's the front
just like
line
35,
guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you
I
out.
don't
in
know,
the
it's like
preseason.
80,
Now I'm listening to
80
you.
MPS for upload, and then
So
like
for
what,
Denver,
15
it'll be a
download.
happy
I might even
trip
get
home as
like
they start
1/3
the
of
season
it.
with a road victory here
Who's
on
your
a Monday
carrier?
night. And they will head back home next
Xfinity.
week.
Xfinity,
Meanwhile, for the
wow.
Raiders,
Yeah,
they
AT&T's
obviously fold up.
offering that 1 gig for $39.99 nowadays.
Is that for just the first year promotion?
I don't know. No, it's definitely this year because part of that is you get free install for fiber. So they run the fiber all the way up to your house instead of using copper nowadays. And then,
Maybe I should start checking, the better prices, better plan.
yeah, AT&T $39.99.
Okay, who are we waiting on? I think we have everyone that's here. Lynn's in NITO training. Rita is PTO. We got Mimi, Anthony, Russell, Sean, Peter. I think that's everyone. All right. Well, let's get started. Well, good morning, everybody. Today is my excuse me, second day back. I came back on Friday, but spent most of the day catching up on email. I'm still catching up on email. I'm down to about 130 from 1,000. But so if you have any urgent if you have any urgent matters that need my attention, just ping me. Okay, so it looks like can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so you all know about the UC Path go live on the 1st of June. No impact to us. There is something that's related to data that we're getting from, can't recall what the system is called, but Sherman is taking care of it for us. So there's really nothing to do on our end. Office 365 went live as well as Teams. Looks like there's some security issues with Teams where only the browser version is enabled at this point. The desktop version is not going to work if you try it. And I spent a couple hours doing that last Friday, and I just saw an email that Joe sent out specifically calling that out. I know Sean has logged into Teams, but has anyone else?
Yeah, Sean sent me a test thing, and I got an email saying I had a test message in Teams. So I went in and found the problem with the client, but was able to see the message through the browser version.
Right. Yeah. So that's you know, we don't have enough instant messaging programs at UCSF, so we just decided to have another one. It's been a kind of a running joke as long as I've been here because we never had like a truly supported IM except Jabber, but Jabber, didn't work well. I think we had the MSN Messenger at some point, a couple of iterations of that. Pigeon, I don't know if you guys know about Pigeon, and then Slack. So, yeah, the problem with Slack is it's not HIPAA compliant and it's cost prohibitive to purchase the HIPAA compliant version of it. So at some point we are, as a team, we'll need to move over to Teams. I don't know when that deadline is going to be, but over the next, I would think a few weeks, if not maybe months, you're going to have more IT teams cut over. And at some point it'll probably be a requirement. So just keep that on your mind. All right, so we got a updated ServiceNow Health Scan scorecard. This is, from my understanding, like a light version of the ACE report that you could actually purchase. And by the way, they don't call it the ACE report anymore, and I can't recall what the new name is. Take a look at this. I like to review this at our next staff meeting, but so these are the 6 categories that measures your health, and ServiceNow likes to see 70% or greater. So you can see that we are not at 70% in any of those categories. So we have some work to do, and performance is the lowest scoring category, which is really not a surprise.
These are just recent analysis, John?
Yeah, this is the most recent one. I think we got this a couple of weeks ago.
March 2020.
Yeah. So Jason, I don't know if you had a chance to review it, but if you could please review it in its entirety, and just let's be prepared to go over it in detail and come up with an action plan at our next staff meeting, which I believe is going to be this Thursday. This is the first week of May, so it'll be this Thursday. We also found out about a ServiceNow Jumpstart program. This has to do with upgrading to the latest release. It's about helping you upgrade to the latest release. I don't know the details of this, but I put it in here in case you guys want to Google and check it out yourself.
I talked about that in the Orlando upgrade release kickoff meeting. And I have a meeting scheduled with the vendor support consultant to go over that Jumpstart program next Tuesday with the developer.
What's the gist of that?
What's that?
What are they actually? What do they actually do? What does it actually do for us?
Well, it's a 90-minute meeting. Basically, they're gonna kind of like run the sort of same thing to the health scan. They're gonna make recommendation to our upgrade best practice, and then they also review some of the stuff that we highly customize and point out some of the risk area that we need to potentially improve on and things like that. It's just recommendation, and then they review our instance. So they clone our production and then they reviewed it with us in a 90-minute session. Got it.
And is it something that we're supposed to do with them before every upgrade, or is it just on a as requested basis?
It's on the request basis.
Okay. So it's similar to. So it sounds like it's leveraging the health scan report.
A little bit. I mean, there's 90-minute limitation there. That's so much that they can go over. But I figured that might help our Orlando upgrade. So I sort of like include that into our project plan this time and see how that thing works. And a lot of the stuff that we already know that we just never really comply. So.
It's a good thing we did that health scan though, because I think before we go into a 90-minute meeting with them regarding this Jumpstart, we should be prepared to ask them, well, we're getting 58% performance, what do we do about that? And is the Orlando upgrade going to impact that in any way, or is it just going to stay the same until we rebuild our instance? Or I'm curious. Those scores were extremely low, if you ask me, and it doesn't surprise me either, because shoot, two upgrades a year, who's going to be able to keep up with their build plus do 2 upgrades a year? I think that's asking us for too much, and I'm not surprised that the health of the instance is not well when you're changing it so often, when you're changing your instance so often.
And plus we have 4 quarterly patch upgrade every year, and then almost 10 monthly security patch upgrade every year on top of these 2 family release upgrade. So it's just fairly hard to keep up with, especially we are heavily customize our instance. That's we just took a lot of our development time. But anyway,
Jason, I think you mentioned that the Oakland instance is pretty much out of the box, right?
They did some customization, but mostly out of the box. I mean, they have really customized their incident, right? I mean, but they don't have a lot of integration that what we have. So
I'm wondering if we should ask for a health scan on their instance just as a basis for comparison to see how far off we are.
Do they have any service catalog items on East Bay?
About 10.
Yeah, I'd be curious about that too, how customized their catalog is, because that's where we really do the most changes and probably where we've strayed the furthest. I'm guessing, because we have so many different types of forms.
I have a feeling majority of the low scores are due to Peter and I implementing their first incident management back in 2010.
That was out of the box, so I'm very to that. That's what I mean. The complexity came with, red cap form, and where we had to make up a way to do 10 at a time, and
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, or custom bulk features, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking, but I'm guessing also.
Yeah. All right. Duplicate MAC addresses in CMDB. So, Robert, I heard from Jason that you were able to clean up the 150 some odd records that had the security exception form.
Yes, I have. There's a couple that are pending, but the duplication has already been resolved.
Got it. Okay, so that's where we had the biggest risk, because those are the ones that's really have user impact. All other ones is just record keeping. I can't recall where we left off with this in terms of any changes we plan to make to stop the bleeding.
Well, there's one suggestion in the meeting right before you took off is kind of like we want to explore if implement some kind of an ACL on the CMDB, so to see if that would help the counteract retrieving the correct CI record that need to be used for the
Oh, right.
that haven't been done yet, so
Okay.
still need to work on it. But that was just something that we want to test with the counteract, not something that we confirm that this is going to be work or anything like that.
Okay, right.
This kind of ties into the Kaizen that Sean and I attended last week also, because just a heads up, long story short, that all of these things, the CMDB and
let's take a minute.
And the way we keep records there impact MAC and counteract and all those things. And long story short, there's probably going to be a call for a Kaizen event for CMDB, and look at it holistically and tie in all these upstream and downstream systems impacted by it and try and get it right. So just a heads up.
Peter, should we set up a separate call between you, me, Sean, Jason, and Robert to talk about the outcome from that Kaizen, or are you able to summarize it in like in 5 minutes?
I think that's a good idea to call that meeting with those people that you just mentioned, because if there is a Kaizen event for CMDB, it would be smart of us to be prepared with how we think it should look, because
the surf Kaizen is not done.
Oh, it's not.
No, they're probably going to ask at least some of us to come back for at least 2, probably more sessions, maybe more. We weren't able to, in the 4 days, get a recommendation.
Huh.
Wow.
Part of it is it being remote.
Yeah.
The first time ever that anybody's ever done a lean event with nobody in the same room. And that's part of it, but the other part, honestly, I think we're starting in the middle instead of at the beginning. Kind of like what you just said about 2010, building incident management in 2010. Back then, they told us the smartest thing to do is start with your CMDB and build everything out from there. And nobody does that, because the hardest thing to get right is your CMDB. So when you're an amateur just starting, you don't tend to start with the hardest thing. You start with the easiest thing, which is incident management, because it's a flat form that does nothing but store something broken and how you fixed it. But anyway, the CMDB, if we meet and we kind of have a strategy that, look, server records upstream and downstream touch these other classes, so we have to keep those in mind. Network Gear has this strategy, et cetera, et cetera. What needs to be in every record at the root table, in every single record, we always have these fields. We don't have those rules at all. We don't have any rules that somebody knows this applies to every class. All of our rules are kind of class specific. And I think if we had a strategy going into a CMDB lean event that said, here's our plan, that would be a good starting point for the rest of the people in the room.
Peter, is the network team represented in that Kaizen event?
Yeah. In fact, they weren't really. It was predominantly the people that do the exceptions, the security exceptions. So the School of Med, Jamie, I can't remember her last name, and the security people. But we called in the Steve Young, Toby, and Robert Tannenbaum. We called them in to discuss network solutions, and surprisingly, segmenting, for example, the network in order to to get past the exception, the security exception. You have a medical device; it can't load big fix, so you need an exception. The exception, as long as you have an exception, you always have a security risk. This thing is on our network without big fix. That's a risk, but we're accepting that risk. The long-term solution we thought was segment the
for a setback right out of the gate.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This pass from Carr taken in by Waller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 80 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Carr. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. His throw's up at about the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 1st touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Jim.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Let's go.
Now the Oakland Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Damian Wilson in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. And now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On first down, Carr. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. These two teams all tied after one.
Let's get it.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
I'm letting you know right now, you better.
Again, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On first down, it's Jacobs. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
That's it. That's it.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Check 53. Come on,
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. 7. So that drive in total. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A reminder. On Monday night. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard.
Touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Sheds another. And he will lose yardage and be play. Nets a -4.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mahomes now to throw, and he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. The 30.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And the field. And right now they're saying, hey,
you rehearse it, but right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
so here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and those creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. That's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Carr now, nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Carr's throw here caught by Williams. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Now Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
To throw, it's called. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his first touchdown of the new season.
Right, that was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not happen on the last drive, punting the football.
Take over for them. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Throwing now is Mahomes. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Watkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. The extra point splits the upright. They're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as he'll yard line. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defenses have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And
now when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there. They're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try try and pick them up.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Carr now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Check 26.
Now Carr again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far, he's north of 100 yards receiving. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. He'll have a first down past the 40. Cuts right. And he cuts it out to the sideline. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in week 2. We'll get started out in Denver.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy. The 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. That is a dangerous combination right there as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous because Hill can run past anyone, so he can throw it all the way downfield to him. But also on the shorter catches, as we saw here, catch it underneath, catch it in front of someone, he makes a move or uses his speed, and he's still gone. Either way, he can go the distance.
And either way, good luck. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you get without letting panic creep in and affect their play. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They wanted it every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You're mine.
Shotgun now for Carr. Room to run past midfield. And this time he's got the hook up. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Richard on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
53, Mike. Let's go, Gee.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
That's into the hands of Edwards. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's Mahomes. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yellow. Let's go, D.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Again, it's Williams. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to play pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Come on now. Let's go.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Rashad Breeland, the one that got him down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And he whips that one incomplete there. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he caught it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good.
Running the the toss here to Jacobs. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Check, 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Here we go.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mahomes to throw once more. It's Kelsey on the ground. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. And now it's 3rd and goal. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Demarcus Robinson His first touchdown of the new season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with an extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves? For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, mission accomplished, and now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Williams will try again. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Butker's kick here is there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So Carr and the Raiders now down by a field goal, 1:13 to play. Now they need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Throwing right, and that's complete. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down of the process. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now all eyes shift over to the Chiefs, trailing by 4. A little over 50 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Fight on these two. Fight on these two. Let's go, Louie.
Now Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
plays.
Back to throw, Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first two home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Here's a list of all the players that will appear in the upcoming draft. Select a player. Select a each skill unlock. Unlock this player's true skill ranking to see if he is a you just found a diamond in the rough. These players are on the last year of their contract.